Hello, lovers of truth, wisdom, philosophy, and the esoteric path, and all those who appreciate irreverence and sarcasm. I had already released a video on my Riff Heathen channel. I thought it was time to give some love to this, my Pagan Monk channel. It's been a while. Those 44 of you who are still here, thank you very much. You're absolute fucking legends. It's amazing what life can teach you if you actually listen. If you take the time to disconnect from the great dream machine and actually look around you and listen. And take it all in through the filter of the pursuit of truth and your own esoteric and synchronistic path. I had a recent unpleasantness with a gentleman who, with whom I used to do Star Wars live streams with, and I won't go into the sordid details there. Suffice it to say that people show their true colours. People have their own misunderstandings over which you have little and no control, really. And online drama, as usually happens on YouTube, ensues and carries forward and on and on and on. Ending in some rather bizarre head-scratching emails from said gentleman. But many of you know me well enough now, even those of you from the very earliest days of my original channel, know that I take anything and everything as teaching material. If there's a lesson I can get from it, and hopefully other people can get from it, I will use it. 99.9% of the time I don't mention names. I do occasionally when I see the need, especially when the truth of a situation is being perverted and twisted around by the other party, over which again you have no control over. But I was going carefully through these rather bizarre emails from this person, and in that moment it's what the wonderful Buddhists would call a moment of enlightenment, or in my case it was more a moment of true detachment and, by extension, forgiveness. And that last bit sparked the idea for this video. Because this word that we all use, I believe, has been maligned and misunderstood for the past, roughly 1700 years since the Abrahamic gobshite perversion called Christianity came onto the scene. The word is forgiveness. And there has been a lot of misunderstanding about it. Most unfortunate, because it is a very important process for one to find true inner freedom from any unpleasant situation in life. You have, as I'm sure most of you have, biological or family members with whom you have had issues before, and who have perhaps felt the need to treat you like absolute crap through no fault of your own. It happens in any family, in any and every family at some time. And perhaps because these people come under the umbrella of family, they feel that they can do what they like, they can say what they like, and you will just accept it because they're family. I actually protest that. I actually think that's the biggest cop-out that people can do to another human being. For the last, year and a half to 2 years now, I've actually been reformulating the concept of family for myself, where I no longer include biological relatives, i.e. parents, siblings, etc., as necessarily family. I'm of the strong belief now, that anyone who treats you like family becomes family. That person is family for you, whether they're biologically related to you or not. Now, I'm mentioning all this because usually the biggest source of unpleasant social interaction occurs between family members. Again, as I said, because they feel they have carte blanche to treat you in any way they wish because they are family. Now, again, this brings up that word that I mentioned, forgiveness. Because forgiveness is not what the Abrahamic gobshites will have you believe. For example, turn the other cheek, forgive that person, blah, 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 blah. In other words, making what they did okay, and you're just excusing what they did, and you're okay now until they do something next time. Well, see, I kind of protest that because from my own searching and meandering through the esoteric path, I've discovered for myself that forgiveness has more to do with you detaching from the emotional, mental, and spiritual trauma from any given situation between yourself and someone else. In other words, true forgiveness is the full process of total detachment and release of this situation. Because when something unpleasant happens to you, like as I said in my above-mentioned situation, there is a misunderstanding on the other person's side, and the situation then is taken and twisted around by this same person. They can go on other live streams, talk to other people, whatever, etc., etc. Now, all of these things you have no control over. You have no control over the initial misunderstanding on their part, even though that caused you negative thoughts and especially emotions as a natural human response to something like this, where especially from where I come from my father's side, being a Hellenic Highlander, once someone shows themselves to have no honour or very little honour, trustworthiness and loyalty, well, they basically effectively become dead to you. Now, that may seem harsh to some people. I mean, there is a degree of separation, which I'll get to in a minute. But if you think about it, that's a full expression of this release, this detachment. Because when an unpleasant situation happens and you react to it with hurt feelings, you may feel angry, upset, all the whole gamut of negative emotional responses and thoughts. You may even take pleasure in some kind of small retaliation, especially in the online world. That is so easy to do. And for hours, days, even weeks, in some cases months and years, you may still be hanging on to these same negative thought reactions and emotional reactions, which of course is doing you no world of good. You're harming yourself. Again, this is where the wonderful Buddhists come in with their idea of attachment. Your part of you is attached to this past situation and the resultant negative responses. Yeah, it goes deep, it's subconscious, and thereby very, very difficult, and it takes a lot of work to release. In my case, with this situation, reading these rather bizarre emails helped that situation greatly. And in that moment, I just detached. I just let it all go for myself. And I just felt a lightness. You will know when this happens, when you feel an instant lightness within. You feel like you can leap out of your chair with gusto and energy that you didn't have moments ago. And you realize that you don't feel positive things towards this person. Nor do you feel any negativity towards this person. You don't wish them any harm. You don't wish any negative thoughts or feelings or words towards them. You just don't feel anything towards this person. And that's, in that moment, you totally let it go. You totally let them go along their own journey, along their own life path, whatever, and you continue to do your own thing. That's true forgiveness. Yes, there are cases where it may be a wife, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, whatever, who does something to you, and depending on the severity of the situation, you go through the process of recovery, of healing. Now, the mental and emotional healing are the worst, because the scars left mentally and emotionally take a lot longer to heal, especially when this goes over and over in your subconscious, thereby almost if you can imagine taking a knife and causing these wounds fresh every time. And thereby part of you is still hanging on to it, and you can still, if you focus on this and think about the situation, you could probably, if you look deep enough and carefully enough, you can probably even feel those emotions the instant you think about this situation. So in that moment, you bear nothing towards this person. You wish them well, you allow them to go along their merry way, and you go along your merry way. Now, they may continue to hold a grudge and whatever, and continue to talk about you negatively to other people. That's their journey. That's their problem. As long as you've found freedom and detachment and peace of mind for yourself, it doesn't really bloody matter. They can be total gobshites if you like, and they won't have any bearing on you whatsoever. Just let them be total gobshites. It's their path, their life journey. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Very important to have a true understanding of what actual forgiveness is. People just think it's okay, where you turn the other cheek and you say, I forgive you, and it becomes okay again. Well, not really, because if someone does something to you, in most cases it's just a one-off, they made a mistake, whatever, and it actually is fine and they won't do that again. However, if someone does something, then there is that little part inside you which says, if they did it once, they may do that or something similar again. And yeah, most probably, right? Which is why this Abrahamic gobshite understanding of forgiveness doesn't really do you or them any good. It just keeps you locked into a perpetual binary star system of fuckery and drama, which you don't need. So I'll leave it there. So yeah, when you do come across any kind of unpleasantness in life, I don't know about most of you, but I have problem doing human most of the time. I'm much more happier in my own headspace than dealing with other people, but living on this meatbag plane of existence, it necessitates dealing with other people, and thereby causing misunderstandings and issues and hurt and all the rest of it, and that thereby necessitating a true, deeper understanding of true, deeper forgiveness. I wish we could use another word because of the baggage carried for 1700 years on this word. You see it in comments online all the time. Someone mentions, you forgive them, and then it's like, oh, that doesn't make what they did okay, and there's a whole big comment flame war about it. I don't know about you people, but I find that amusing to the nth degree. So yeah, I'll leave it there with my own situation, which I talked about on my my old main channel, my Riff Heathen channel, and now this one. Yeah, for me, in this moment, it's dead and gone. I wish the person well and good luck with your life journey. Just don't ever think we're going to have a live stream collaboration again. You know, and you say it without any malice whatsoever, which is a beautiful thing because you retain your peace of mind. You're just stating a fact. So especially with you unfortunate people dealing with co-workers and workplace dramas, I don't have to tell you, right? So keep your eyes open, your ears opened, and your awareness opened. Just remember, to speak the truth is a lonely path.